All right, welcome back to Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. If you need a roof, make sure you call Ireland Contracting. They're best in the business.
Everybody needs a roof, Richie.
Yep, they're #1 in Pittsburgh for a reason. 1-800-NEW-ROOF. They not only do roofing, they do gutters, they do siding, they do windows, they do decks. They do anything you need. Give them a call. 1-800-NEW-ROOF. Give us a call right now on the Borders to Borders hotline, 412-575-2600. I'm going to throw this out there. I know Gene's going to disagree, but I said this last night on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. I think Tom Brady has proved to be the best football player ever. Now, I'm not saying best athlete that ever played in the NFL, but I think the best football player that ever played in the NFL. And you disagree with me.
You know, you'll never know the truth if you cheat. And Tom Brady cheated with that Deflategate thing, was suspended for 4 games. Really not enough of a thing. Yeah, apparently he's pretty good, but, you know, that disqualifies him.
And potentially cheated with the video gate or whatever,
well, yeah,
Spygate.
I don't think he was part of that, but he was on the team while that was
Yeah,
going on.
so, I mean, they had intel. So, but, you know, what he's able to do to get to 9 Super Bowls, potentially winning his 6th Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's pretty good, so
yeah,
why cheat?
You're right. All right. Dave Palladino just tweeted me. He said, I agree, Richie. The best solution is to offer 4 to 5 challenges. Can challenge anything you could prior, plus any pass interference. Avoids taking forever to review all pass interferences, plus also gives fair opportunity to overturn a missed PI call. That's what I would like to see, you know, to be able to challenge anything. And take away the inside the 2 minutes, Gene. You just get 4 challenges, and that's it.
Oh, I see. So things that are automatically reviewed would no longer be
no longer reviewed. You get 4. You get, you know, or however you want to do it. 3 in the first half, 3 in the second half, and that's it. No inside the 2-minute warning.
Oh, that's a lot, though.
That is a lot, but look at
8
the.
stoppages.
Yeah, you're right. But the 2-minute warning is taking inside 2 minutes. Takes forever, anyways, because the refs, like you said, they're scared to get it wrong, so they want to make sure they got every play right. Let's go out to the phone lines, and we're going to go out to Joe out in Hiller. What's up, Joe?
How you doing, Rich, Gene?
Hey,
Good, thanks for calling.
Hey, about that call, that Saints call, that interference call, that was, I think that was interference. I mean, that cost them guys the game, and I mean, that referee was standing right there. But one more thing before I hang up. You know what? You know why Tom Brady wins championships? Because he knows how to work the clock and keep the other quarterback on the sideline. He's been there all this time, and he's going to do it again in the Super Bowl, and they're going to win 27-17. See you guys.
Hey, I appreciate the call, Joe. There's no question he's a winner, and they control the clock. But, you know, they've done this with lesser talent, arguably. Lesser talent than other teams.
Yeah, you could say that. I mean, they're very well coached, and they have a great quarterback. But, really, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of talking about it. I've been fortunate to be at 3 Patriots Super Bowls where they lost all 3. So I'd like to go back to this one.
I was going to say, are you going?
No,
I'm sure everyone in Pittsburgh's a fan of the Rams, especially because Aaron Donald's playing for the Rams. So I know I'm rooting for the Rams. But, you know, as for clock management, he touched on that. And, you know, you heard Roby Coleman's post-game. I don't know if you heard it, but we've all seen it or read it or talked about it. And he said it was pass interference. He was basically celebrating. There's no question it was pass interference.
No question. But did it cost them the game? That's another matter. There are a lot of plays in a football game. Furthermore, if he hadn't been so busy interfering with the pass receiver on that play, had he looked at the ball, he'd intercepted the ball, the Saints would have lost anyway.
Yeah, you're right. So, but if, say, it is called pass interference, like Sean Payton said, they would have kneeled a few times.
Yeah, I mean,
ran the clock out, and then they would have attempted to kick a game-winning field goal. But we've seen a lot of field goal kickers miss kicks this year, especially in Pittsburgh.
And they had the ball in overtime, I believe. So
yeah, and they had the ball in overtime, and he threw an interception.
A lot of plays in a football game.
So, all right, let's go back out to the phone lines. We're going to go out to Dave out in Westview. What's up, Dave?
Hey, Rich. Hey, Gene. You know, you touched on it real quick there, the clock management. Seems like whenever the game's down to 5, 4, 3, 2 minutes, it seems like whoever has the ball or who don't have the ball is going to win the game. And I think maybe they should come up with a staff, you know, like they have the defensive line coach, they have the offensive coaches and the quarterback. Let's get some this could be a new job, you know what I mean? Put some jobs in there and let these guys figure out this clock, try to win the game. What do you think, Rich?
I 100% agree with you. I think there could be a clock management, timeout coordinator kind of coach. You know, I think Art Rooney touched on it a little bit. I know he did an interview with Ed, and he did an interview with Bob, and talked a little bit about maybe not hiring a coach specifically to coach that, but having that be a job of a current coach or a coach that they're going to bring on.
Yeah, did he say a time management coach or just a replay?
Oh, yeah,
replay.
replay. I was kind of lumping them all together.
Yeah, I'm not sure he went as far as to say that, but you know, teams have these clock management and you know, timeouts in the last couple minutes of a game. It is a complicated thing. It doesn't seem very complicated for the millions and millions of people who call the talk shows. They all know exactly how to do it every time. But it's very difficult, and yeah, I mean, I certainly wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah, these guys are under pressure too, and that's sometimes what we forget. We're sitting up in the press box.
I mean, we'll talk about it for the next 4 days. They have to think of it right then.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe having a clock management guy and a replay guy. You know, it works for the Penguins. They get goals overturned all the time, and goalie interference, and it's because of their assistant coach Sauce, Andy Saucier, I think his name is. And you know, if the Steelers have one of those guys for replay, and maybe it's a mix kind of coach where it's a replay, clock management, all in one. This is this guy's job. I mean, look, the Rams have a get-back coach. Did you see that? They have a guy that pulls that pulls the head coach back away from the official.
Well, the Patriots have a guy who handles Bill Belichick. That's his job. He does everything that Bill Belichick might think about doing, so that Bill Belichick doesn't have to think about it.
Oh, all right. Let's back out to the phone lines. Let's go out to we're going to go out to Bill in Daisy Town. What's up, Bill?
Hey, Rick, what's going on? Hey, last night you mentioned that the Steelers lost some games because of the officiating. Steelers have won a heck of a lot of games because of a crooked officiating, including 2 Super Bowls that they apologized for. The Seattle Super Bowl, there were 7 crooked calls in that game. The Arizona game, there was 3 bad calls on Harris's interception return for 100 yards. Palomar was offside. He blocked the guy in the back, and there was a holding call. The officials got together for 10 minutes and picked up their flags. The officials have favored the Steelers for 25 years, and the Steelers fans have been voted the dumbest fan base in football for the 5th year in a row. You people don't know what you're talking about. Good.
Bill sounds like a huge Steelers fan. He's fired up in Daisy Town, wherever I don't even know where Daisy Town is. Do you? I don't. Yeah, it's somewhere. They're watching at a 724 number. Yeah, it was a great call. He was fired up. You know, I think it works both ways. You don't have to get so fired up about it, Bill. Appreciate the call, though. We're going to be back in a couple minutes. Stay right there on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.